and thank you for joining us. My name is Ian Scott and I'm the Managing Partner at Scott Legal. Today we're going to continue our video series on common E-2 questions. And our question for today is, how long can an E-2 visa be issued for? Now there are two primary factors that we look at when we make the determination of how long an E-2 visa can be issued for. The first is, which country are you from? Now for every single visa, including the E-2 visa, there's a table that the government has which dictates exactly how long the visa can be issued for. So for example, with an E-2 visa, an individual from Canada, for example, can get an E-2 visa issued for a maximum of 5 years. An individual from Australia, on the other hand, can get an E-2 visa issued for a maximum of 4 years. An individual from Iran can get an E-2 visa issued for 3 months. So one of the determining factors of how long an E-2 visa can be issued for is which country you're from. The second factor that we look at is really how long the approving officer decides to issue the visa for. So if we take the example of an individual who gets approved that's Canadian, that person the visa can be issued for 5 years, but the officer may decide to issue the visa for 2 years. And he or she may do that because they want the applicant to come back to the consulate in a couple of years and show the consulate that they were able to hire US workers and advance their business. So the second factor is really how long the consular officer decides to issue the visa. Now, one thing I just wanted to point out, and this is in particular for applicants from countries where the maximum amount of time the visa can be issued for is very low. So for example, an applicant from Iran or Bangladesh where the visa can only be issued for 3 months. The visa is really an entry document. So all that means is that you have to enter the country within that 3-month period. And then when you enter the country, anytime you enter on an E-2 visa, you're given 2 years in E-2 status. So you should keep that in mind if your reciprocity, that's what that's called, the length of time that the visa can be issued for, is very low.